3 5-minute rounds of professional light heavyweight action to get the light heavyweight season started. And this man right here carries a lot of intrigue with him into his first season of PFL action. Randy Couture, the Norwegian. Viking strength.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited to see this guy compete. He comes from a very strong Greco-Roman background. The Scandinavian countries are very strong in Greco-Roman wrestling. One of my favorite styles, and one of the styles I think translates to the best in mixed martial arts because of the upright posture. Expect to see some big slams from this guy, but he's not just a wrestler. You'd be mistaken to look at him that way. He's going to let his hands and his feet go too. He's a very, very good athlete. He moves very well.
Kenny, you gushed about the natural athleticism of this guy.
I'm telling you, this is one guy you got to watch in this division. I think he's one of the favorites. I know he's, on the younger side of things, doesn't have as much experience. But as Randy said, not only can he wrestle, he's picking up the striking game very, very well. And not only does he think he's going to win this fight, he thinks he's going to win by knockout. So watch for that tonight, guys.
Marthin Hamlet.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Dan the Dragon Spohn.
When you're making your PFL debut against this guy, it's a tall task. He's a tall, rangy southpaw, laser left hand. He puts the hands in your face early and often. I fought Dan Spohn in the quarterfinals of season 1. No slouch in the game, and hoping his third season is the charm.
He really enjoyed this time off, guys. He said he's been working a lot on his weaknesses. He thinks that the experience that he carries in with him to the smart cage is going to be the difference in this fight. His body's all healed up. He is focused, and he's ready to take the fight to Marthin Hamlet.
Dan Spohn's got a great family. He's a great family man. His wife, Rachel, runs all his social media. I follow him on some of those. He's a great guy. I look forward to seeing him compete tonight.
We'll take a look at the physical matchup here in the tail of the tape. Dan Spohn, he's tall. He's also 7 years older than Marthin Hamlet, a 2-inch reach advantage, and just a slight leg reach advantage as well for the southpaw out of Ohio. It's our second event to the PFL regular season, light heavyweights and welterweights. Lillian Garcia gets us started.
Well, good evening from Atlantic City. We are live with the 2021 regular season of the Professional Fighters League. And we are ready to get everything kicked off tonight in the light heavyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a wrestler. Standing at 6'1", he officially weighs in at 205 3/4 pounds. In 7 professional bouts, he has a record of 6 wins with only 1 loss. He is a 7-time Norwegian wrestling champion. Fighting out of Tønsberg, Norway, here is Marthin Hamlet. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a striker. Standing at 6'4", he officially weighs in at 205 1/2 pounds. In 25 professional bouts, he has a record of 18 wins and 7 losses, with 12 victories by stoppage. Fighting out of Columbus, Ohio, here is Dan the Dragon Spohn. Your referee in charge, Gary Copeland.
Gary Copeland, the 3rd light heavyweight inside of the cage. Marthin Hamlet in the black and gray trunks.
Round 1, you ready?
Dan the Dragon
Round 1,
Spohn
you ready, Red?
in the
Let's
gold.
fight.
A touch of the gloves, and we are underway. Spohn in the southpaw stance, tests the hook. Immediately, Hamlet rushes in, and this is that over-under, and he takes Dan Spohn down early, Randy.
Just runs him over, gets that underhook, and just keeps his feet moving, catches Spohn off balance, and runs through him, gets him on the ground.
Yeah, beautiful takedown. You can see the size of Hamlet. He looks like a heavyweight in there, guys.
I feel like this is a Shakespearean matchup for some reason.
To thine own self be true. Unbelievable here. He got a quick takedown to start the fight. This is not where Dan Spohn wants to be. especially early in the fight, right, where you're going to carry that weight. You're going to have to work a lot harder than the guy on top. I mean, he's got to be careful to not expend a lot of energy. Let's see if he can get his back towards the cage and get back to his feet.
I like how Hamlet's keeping his hands off the mat. He's got him resting up on the biceps and the shoulders of his opponent. Not going to get caught and let his hips get out from underneath him.
Nice right hand from the top there by Marthin Hamlet, who looks to go to work inside the guard of Dan Spohn. Spohn keeping it closed, which, as you know, Kenny, means you stay on your back.
That's right. You know, defensively it's okay if you're looking to wrap up the arms, but absolutely, Sean, he's not going to give himself a chance to try to get back to his feet here. Let's see if he can get his feet on the hips to try to post away, create some space, and get back to his feet. See if he can cage walk here.
Agreed, Kenny. He's got to get those feet into play. Those are the longest levers he has. He needs to create some leverage, create some space, use that barrier, and work his way back up and get chest to chest and head high.
We talked about these technological advancements. That's the Ghost Cam at work. That is a camera on the outside of the cage giving you the view through the chain link. You can't see the chain link because we introduced the Ghost Cam to make it disappear. Randy, tell me how Marthin Hamlet can be effective in his strikes inside the guard of a nice long defense like Dan Spohn.
I'd like to see him clear his head, get his head up, bring his hips in, use that barrier to stack Spohn, and then he's got some elevation to really drop some big hammers from there. From here, it's a little pity-pat. He's got his head down. It's hard to generate much energy.
You'll notice Hamlet turned the head of Spohn right back to the cage. The reason for that is it becomes more difficult to try to attack with submissions. Now, it allows the guy to get back to his feet, but for Spohn, it takes away his ability to attack with a lot of these submissions when your head is close to the cage.
Spohn attempting to lock down Marthin Hamlet here, closing the guard, clasping his hands, maybe hoping for a stand-up from referee Gary Copeland. Boxes the ears of the Norwegian on top of him in the process.
Looks like he might be trying to set up an arm bar here on that right arm of Hamlet. He decided to let it go. Now he's starting to post his feet on the hips. Not sure if he's looking for a sweep or if he's just trying to create space to get back to his feet.
2 minutes remain here in the first round. Randy, not a lot of effort from Marthin Hamlet to pass the guard of Dan Spohn. He seems content to work from where he's at.
I think he's very comfortable in the guard, especially when Spohn locks himself into that position. There's not a lot of submissions you can do from that locked foot position in the closed guard. Now he's getting a little more dynamic, using his legs a little more effectively, and Hamlet has got to be a little more careful.
Hamlet just kind of chipping away. He's keeping his arms on the inside of the arms of Spohn. He does have to be careful with that arm lock, but like Randy said, he's doing a good job.
There's a pass to half guard.
Yeah, nice job getting the half guard there. Now he can kind of pound away a lot more with that left arm from this position, guys.
It looks like he's digging for that right side underhook, but Spohn's doing a great job in keeping that away from him.
Inside of 1 minute here, Dan the Dragon Spohn finds himself on his back against the tough Norwegian Marthin Hamlet, who's making his PFL debut. Busy on top is Hamlet. He's landing some strikes, but so far nothing overly thunderous from the top, gentlemen.
Spohn's doing a great job of protecting himself, tying up those hands and making it difficult to land a good, clean, straight shot. I think if Hamlet created some elevation, got his head up and his hips in, he would find some holes to land some bigger shots.
There's the 10-second clapper. Dan Spohn will finish the round on his back. What happens in round 2? We find out next. PFL's exclusive fighter performance rating is sponsored by Rich Energy. It's a new stat in mixed martial arts. Every round a score from 1 to 100. You only score 100 if you finish the fight inside that round. And there it is, Dan Spohn, not much going on the FPR so far. Marthin Hamlet, a nice round, 78. And we'll see how round 2 plays out. Spohn out of the red corner in the gold trunks. Marthin Hamlet, the Norwegian, in the black and gray. Another touch of the gloves. The southpaw Spohn tries to avoid a takedown, and right down he goes again. 5 seconds into the round, Randy.
Man, nice single leg, little head outside single, dumps him and puts Spohn right on his back. Hamlet was not playing around in the standing position with the southpaw.
Yeah, he obviously felt comfortable being in this top position, decided to go right back to the well, hit a beautiful single leg, and now keeping his head above the head of Spohn. That's good positioning. Takes away the arm bars, the triangle chokes. Nice job there by Hamlet.
Here in the second round, still potentially 2 bonus points up for grabs. You get 3 points for a win. If you finish in the second round, that'd be good for 2. And Hamlet trying to set up a shoulder choke here on Dan Spohn.
Yeah,
he's got some pressure.
I think he's got it. I think he put him out.
Dan Spohn is out! Marthin Hamlet chokes out Dan the Dragon Spohn in his PFL debut. Good for 5 points in our standings.
Unbelievable. It's rare that you see it in the close guard, but it is possible, especially if you look like that man, Marthin Hamlet, a very powerful individual. The arm came across, and you don't see this too often, guys, but that's the kind of strength that Marthin Hamlet possesses.
I'm not sure I've ever seen it from a closed guard. That was very impressive.
Marthin Hamlet squeezes the consciousness out of Dan Spohn.
I tell you,
Early second round.
Norwegian Salmon power, and I don't need salmon.
There's our Cageonomics stat bundle presented by Geico. The takedowns were the difference. Welcome back to Ovation Hall in Atlantic City. Marthin Hamlet just made a statement in his PFL light heavyweight debut, choking out Dan the Dragon Spohn in the second round.
Okay, so watch for this arm here of Dan Spohn to go across his body here, and that is a no-no if you are on your back, so roll it here. So you'll notice the arm is going to start to come across. Stop. As soon as Hamlet is able to get his head to the mat, he's going to put pressure on both sides of the carotid artery of Dan Spohn's neck. Once that is shutting off the blood to the brain, roll it. You're going to get a blood choke. There he is, applying pressure right there to the neck. The shoulder of Dan Spohn is getting the other side, and that is what's applying that pressure. Right there, once that left arm of Dan Spohn goes limp, he is completely out, guys. Unbelievable stuff from the close guard from Marthin Hamlet.
Lillian will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 52 seconds of round number 2. By technical submission, arm triangle choke, earning 5 points in the light heavyweight division, Marthin Hamlet!